Starting from the first, right, which is a case group. So the best way to prepare if you've absolutely no idea about a case interview is to form yourselves in a group of 3 to 4 people, ideally with the kind of people who have same interests or same milestones in life, right? What I mean by that is you ideally want to make a group of 3 people who are looking out for the same kind of consultant firms. I don't want to make a group with somebody who's maybe looking at a management consulting position while I'm looking at an IT consulting position very specifically, because then our invests are divested and we will be looking at specific preparations, which is not helpful for the group. Start ASAP. There is no right time. There is no right time to say I need a 1 month preparation or I need a 3 month preparation. Start as soon as you can, right? There is absolutely no harm. Even if you're not preparing for a case interview, a case group preparation helps you be more structured in your thinking and also helps you make you realize how people think about problems differently. What is their approach to life and problems? Play all roles. It's not a cricket playground where you always want to be the batsman, or you always want to be the bowler, etc. Right? Play all roles. It's super important because then you understand what is going in the head of the interviewer and you're trying to solve for him while in your case interview. So as much as you want to be an interviewee because that is the position you will eventually land into, you also want to be the interviewer because you want to know how critically somebody would evaluate what I'm saying. You would also want to be the third person, which is the analyzer, because you will see how people respond in different situations. If you throw me a question which I don't know about, am I starting to bite my nails? Am I moving my legs too much? Am I just scribbling something on paper? And those are cues you want to pick up to say, okay, this person is nervous. I think I should help him. Or this makes me feel nervous. I should definitely not do this in my actual interview. The last one is you want to be very focused, very, very focused. And one thing that you should, as a case group, decide to do is that each other's interests are a priority. So the outcome or the reason or the motivation for your case group is to make sure that if I'm in a case group with, say, Sahil and Deepak over here, I need to make sure Sahil gets into the company he wants to go into and Deepak gets into his. If the other 2 people have the same thinking about you, they will put in all their efforts to make you succeed while you're putting in your efforts to make them succeed. Please create a group with that mindset. Even when you are competing with them, most of the companies do not come with a mindset to pick up just one between me, Sahil and Deepak. They want to pick up as many good candidates as they can. Even if they do come with the mindset and say, hey, we're going to only pick up one person, if they feel that Chahat, Sahil and Deepak are all at the same level, they will pick up all 3. Keep that motto in mind. You are not competing between your case group for sure. You're competing with a larger audience of people who are out there applying for this role. So your case group is your ultimate priority. Fulfilling each other's dream company wishes is your priority. Keep that while you prepare for your case. The second call is buddy calls, right? I think we've covered most of the points over here already. Just 2-3 key things which are important is a lot of times companies mandate buddies to do pre-case calls with you, which is they will shoot out a case to you, ask you to respond to them on the ground. Make sure you act formal enough as you would in your case interview, which is when you know this call is going to happen, keep your pens and papers absolutely ready. Treat it like you would have done if the person was actually sitting opposite of you, right? Which is make absolutely clear pages, write down things very, very clearly. Make sure you're in an environment where there are no background noises. All of that considerations need to be taken care, which is you need to be absolutely formal and professional in your behavior. The fourth thing is if the buddy calls are actually evaluative, your voice is the only medium which is going to convince them to hire you. So make sure you are absolutely clear in what you're saying. You don't sound too defensive about anything on campus or anything outside of campus. You don't sound like somebody who's only complaining about things. or being non-understanding or too critical at times. You don't sound as somebody who's overconfident or over-passionate. Passion is a great thing, but coupled with overconfidence will lead you to nowhere. Don't make it sound like, yeah, I'm top of my case preparation, right? I can ace anything you're going to give me. No, I'm trying, I'm developing. Obviously, there's ample room to grow for everyone out there, and that's what I'm trying to bridge. The last and the fourth thing is make sure you take guidance from people who've gone through that process to understand what works best for the company. If I vouch for my company, the buddy programs are completely non-evaluative. And if you were to ask me that, I would give you the guidance. So make sure for the individual companies you are applying to, you take a step back and you understand, hey, by the way, is McKinsey process evaluative? And my answer would be a no. Ask that from a person who has, if they don't have a vested interest in your interest, they also don't have another one for their company, right? So they're gonna give you genuine guidance. Hey, there might be certain things which are evaluative, so you might need to want to take care. Take that guidance from your seniors, from your mentors, from platforms like Seek a Mentor, where there are enough people to give you that advice. On your resume, the team is anyways going to share some best practices on do's and don'ts of it, but make sure it's bringing out a coherent, story of who Chahat Gupta is. That's what the people want to know. They want to know that I'm an authentic person and they can shape a picture of me virtually about whatever I've written. I'm not going to cover a lot on resume. I think we've already done that, but if there's specific questions, we can address them. On the case interview, I think the 4 things that are penned down here are absolutely super critical, right? The 5th point that you would want to take care during the entire process of any communication with the team is present yourself to be a person they can put in front of the client, which is you dress appropriately. There is no best dress. Putting down formals everywhere is not an answer, but having them ironed, making somebody who feels presentable, proper hair, proper glasses, proper shoes, whatever that means for you as an individual, right? But make sure you're somebody who's presentable and can be put forward in a professional environment. Second thing is they are not looking for you to be an expert on anything. Be who you are. Don't try to fake it, right? I know these 2 things. I don't know these 5 things. It's completely fine. I'm willing to learn. Very important. I'm willing to learn from the feedback that I'm getting. If you tell me I don't know these 5 things, if you tell me I absolutely need to develop on my oral communication, I will work on it. I'm not going to be defensive to say, hey, who are you to tell me you definitely don't know how to speak? It's fine. He doesn't know, is his problem. You are getting some guidance for your betterment in this world. Take it. There's absolutely no reason people give you wrong advices about your career, right? If you think it's making sense, if it will help you develop in any manner to even 1% higher of what you are, it's fine. It's worth it. The last thing is the fit interview, which I think we briefly covered, but get an understanding of the company before the fit interview happens, be it through sources like Seek a Mentor, be it through online researches on Google or on other platforms, be it talking to the alumni of that company, be it talking to colleagues or other friends in related industries who know about this firm. Get a very, very good understanding of the role that you are going into and the company and the value it holds. Form an opinion about the top 2-3 things that you are looking for, right? These 2-3 things don't need to be your life goals. I don't need to know that after 10 years, Chahat Gupta needs to do this. But I definitely need to know that after 3 years, I need to be able to make sure that there are certain industries or certain functions I love working for. Solve for that. If people are a priority, hey, content is fine, the work I do is okay, I am okay with long hours, but I absolutely can't do with people I don't like. I cannot work with somebody I don't respect. Solve for people. It doesn't matter if I go to company A because everybody here around wants company A. I will go for B because I'm trying to solve for the people, and B has the best kind of people who work for me. There's again no answer to who the right kind of people, right? It depends on who you are as a person. Find your match mentally. The last and the third thing is be moderate in your conversations. Don't try to put forward points which look like you are very one-sided and unwilling to learn about the second side of opinions. It's absolutely okay to hold a very strong point. This specifically happens when you talk or when you converse about political topics, or when you talk about issues which are absolutely pressing and there's a lot already going on around it, right? Be moderate in your opinions. Say, I'm a strong supporter of party A because I think they are doing 1, 2, 3, but I also understand they might be lacking on number 4, which for me as an individual is not a key deciding factor, which is why I still think they are better off. But to address and to opine that I know there are shortcomings in this as well, or there are better things on the other side as well, is very important. That makes the other person feel like you evaluate, you understand, and then you make a judgment, which is very important with any personality. Make sure you're trying to do that specifically in the case of your fit interviews, but also while you're taking your buddy calls and you're being asked certain questions which ideally don't have a right answer, but are more to just probe on who you are as a person.